What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Diamond Duos podcast. My name is ThatGamingDad25. This is my boy Josh 2K,
Good.
and we got some exciting content to talk about. We're a little bit late to the game, but not too much because they took so long to drop this content.
Yeah.
But Season 4 is here. Before we get into it, y'all already know the deal, man. It's game time.
All right. Starting off this or that. Now, the theme of this one is Set 1 Heroes. I did this one a little bit more geared towards you.
Wait,
All
Set
right.
1 Heroes.
Yeah.
Define Set 1 Heroes.
This is, I took some of your favorite cards from Set 1, and I'm going to see who you go with.
Okay. All right on.
All right. Your starter card is going to be the World Baseball Classic Trey Turner.
That's going to be tough to
All right.
beat. All right.
99 Frankie Lindor.
Turner clears.
Murakami.
Turner clears.
99 Mike Trout.
Still probably taking Turner, but that was a lot closer.
Wow. Okay. 99 Jazz.
I'm taking Jazz just based off the fact that I got him a lot sooner. And I just feel like Jazz was like that dark horse card. Like, like I knew Trey Turner was going to be good, but Jazz was like so surprisingly good. I'm going Jazz.
Okay. 99 Chipper.
As far as me personally, I'm going Jazz, which is tough to say, but my personal Season 1 hero will be Jazz.
Okay. I don't know if you ever use this card, but Chase Pack Fernando Tatis Jr.
I did not. Never used them, so I'll stick with Jazz.
Okay. 99 Jim Edmonds.
Jim Edmonds was my diamond, not my will of the show hero, but I still think I'm taking Jazz.
All right, now your last one. Collector level, Babe Ruth.
I think I was so late to getting Babe Ruth because he wasn't even my first pick. I got him very late in the season. Definitely think I'm better with Babe, but if I'm going Set 1 hero, gotta be Jazz.
Okay. That was this or that?
All right,
Where you want to start off?
I was going to ask you the same thing. Okay, so last week we talked about how they have to start Season 4 with a bang. Based on what we've seen so far, without going into too many details, just based on what you've seen, what's your overall consensus? Did they do that or not? Just be very vague.
Yes and no. Yes and no. They kind of did. They kind of didn't. I feel like they didn't go as hard as they needed to with 2K coming out next week. But I think it's a good drop. Don't get me wrong. But I think they could have gone harder.
And I'm on the same page. I got a sneaky suspicion that they're going to drop an insane program on Thursday. Because that's the only way I could justify this drop. Drop is good. Possibly the best drop we've had so far, day one of the season. Probably, honestly, I would say. But not
There's some
big
names.
enough.
There's some names in there.
All right, so let's get into it a little bit. The first thing I actually wanted to talk about was Team Affinity. Because I'm a big Team Affinity guy. And I'll get your take first. How do you feel about Team Affinity, both the cards and the collection rewards?
The collection rewards I like. I mean, you get an upgrade of your boy DJ BC Raw.
Yes,
I know
sir.
that got you going. There's a 99 Chuck Nasty, Charlie Blackmon in there. I like his cards always. He's got a really nice swing. Walter Johnson's in there. He's got outliers, kind of cheesy. 99 pitcher. And the final reward, though, Nolan Ryan, I think he's going to be the best pitcher in the game. I really do. I can never hit him. Him and Randy are the two toughest for me, and he's going to be nice.
Even though Randy throws just as hard, it's something about that Nolan Ryan, man.
Man, the way his wind up, it's almost more intimidating. It's like he rocks it back and forth. My fault. Go
I
ahead.
feel like this is gonna be the common theme of what I'm gonna pretty much talk about today. Besides Nolan Ryan, they're giving us some cards that aren't necessarily, I'm not gonna say fan favorites, but
Hmm.
they're not the biggest names outside of who we're gonna talk about later, who shall not be named. But cards that people play well with. Charlie
Hmm.
Blackman from silver all the way to diamond, I always hit well with them. Except this year because his fielding was so bad on his live series card. But normally on Battle Royale, I'll draft his live series card, no hesitation when I see him.
Hmm.
Um, Brandon Crawford, y'all already know what it is with B Raw, baby. Y'all already know what it is. DJ BC Raw. And this year they juiced his hitting stats all year also. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. I think he's got one of the best swings in the game. Don't at me. So, and then Nolan Ryan is better Bob Gibson because his card, did he get the 99s before? He got 99 set one or no?
Nolan Ryan, I think he does a 99. I'm almost positive he does.
Somewhere along the line he got one. But yeah,
I don't remember if it was set 1 or set 2. I'll look.
this one's gonna be a basic Nolan Ryan card. Outlier on this fastball, slow ass circle change. Wish the 12-6 was a little bit slower, but he's gonna be almost impossible to hit anyways. So Team Affinity, as far as the collection goes, I know Adley's your boy, and I know you really like the Acuna also, but I think they cleared. I think this year they did a lot better. I mean this season.
That's it's very close. It's very
And
close.
one thing I want
Where's
to briefly touch on also, it's kind of crazy that we're this far into the game, and the cover boy just got his third card. No, fourth card. One was a silver, and 199. I know he's not having an amazing season, but I'm kind of proud of SDS for like owning that instead of trying like because people would rage. People were pissed off when Jazz was the cover athlete. So instead of trying to push him on us heavy, they gave us the 199 set one, and
Mhm.
now he got a second 95, which I don't think anybody's going to complain about. And they haven't pushed him on
Yeah.
us too bad, which I think is kudos to them for that.
Kudos to them, but at the same time, I love Jazz's cards, so
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't be mad at a 97 or another 99.
And then as far as the regular Team Affinity cards, it's just
There's
I don't
some
know. I haven't took a good look at them, so I'll let you touch on those first.
let me. There's some really good names. It's just, I
Yeah,
mean, what
there's
are
a Bob
97s doing
Gibson.
for me?
Exactly, we're in the point of the year, but like it's like what it's like. I'm upset, but what am I to expect? Like, did I really expect anything else?
There's one I do want to talk about. Our
If
man
it's,
Babe Ruth finally got a two-way.
but it's like not what we expected at all. Like
He's not
he's
bad.
okay.
He's not bad. He's got 97 velo. You know, like we said, they gave him a sinker.
Yeah,
His hitting stats are good, but not stacked. But
like I just feel like he doesn't pitch well enough to be in the rotation, and he doesn't hit good enough to be in the lineup.
you're
I
using
was
him for his name.
Yeah, exactly. And when we talked about them dropping this card, this was supposed to be the the boom
The big
shot
beefy
for
one.
yeah. And so what are they saving it for? Like maybe October for like
Hey,
the playoffs, but this was the time to do it, and they missed the boat with this one.
there's one thing that I will say that I'm very excited about. A lot of my set 2 cards that are falling out of rotation are making it back in. There's a 97 Randy, so I don't have to use my wild card on 99 Randy. There's
Yeah.
a 95 Felix Bautista, so I don't have to bring my 97. There's a 97 Bob Gibson. There's a lot of cards that had 99s that I were obsessed with that I can't use my wild card on all of them, and they
Eh,
got cards.
But I would just say most of these cards, like you said, you're playing for the name. Like I'm looking at them,
Mm-hmm.
like 97 Joe Mauer, zero power, 73-51. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Pudge, 74-65 power, not usable. Frank Thomas has a pretty good hitting stats, fielding 56 with 46 speed, which the speed, man, you gotta expect that. But the fielding's so low, you gotta use him at your DH. Is that who you want your DH to be?
Nope.
So just looking at, they gave us some names, but
There's one particular card that I'm obsessed with. I was playing a little bit of the showdown on stream, and this 97 Bryce Harper. I never used the 99 because, I was never a believer. I'm a believer now.
Oh yeah, Bryce Harper's him.
I'm a believer. This card hit a home run almost every at bat. He might be my new first baseman.
His stats are pretty good too. 107 righties, 100 lefties, 120 power versus righties. Vision's really low, but it's a 97. They have to drop him off somewhere, and his fielding is decent.
These cards aren't great.
What about Eddie Rosario?
My guy.
Your boy got a new card, and
hey,
it's actually it's okay. Okay,
it's
Eddie,
decent. It's decent. But he's not making the squad.
Yeah, I would say some of these 97s are definitely pretty usable.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing a quick look through them.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be that guy, but Team Affinity, we're in season 4, set 4. Why are we still 97s for Team Affinity? With the grind that Team Affinity is, the captain should be the 97s, and he should get a 99 as the final rewards, in my opinion.
So I'm in the minority in this. I'm totally okay with the 97s, based on the logic that if we were getting all these cards to be 99s, a game that already moves incredibly fast would be moving so much faster. Because if all these cards were 99s, then all the 99s we're already getting would have to be substantially better. If they're giving away, was it 5 per division, 30 free 99s?
But there's such a grind.
Substantially better. But we always said this is the gatekeeper for set collections. That's what this is. And then also now the Team Affinity collection, I think that was a great way of making Team Affinity worth it in the second way. I just think having all these, I get it's late in the year, but I just think having all these cards be 99 would just be overkill.
I could see where you're coming from with that. Coming from a guy who completed all 3 sets Team Affinity, it's underwhelming. It's for the grind that it is, none of the cards really playing is a problem, in my opinion.
But okay, they're not playing if your team is that good. But even set 3, we talked about a couple cards. Yeah, I think they were both in NL West. Joey Gallo was a goon card. And if you like Joey Gallo's swing, he can easily start for you out in center field. I'd take Joey Gallo 97 over a couple 99s. That's just off the top of my head.
Yeah. There's maybe 3 or 4 out of the 30 that might play.
I'm taking Joey Gallo over King Griffey Jr. Don't have me.
Oh my God! Here we go again. Here we go again. Somebody cancel this man. Cancel him. I don't know. But we're gonna stop with the King Griffey Jr. slander right now. Okay.
It's crazy because I'm the hugest King Griffey Jr. fan, but now I gotta run with this now.
No, you don't. You don't.
But one thing I will say is, what were they thinking with this card art, dude? This is atrocious. I'm trying to find words to describe it. It just does not fit in at all.
Yeah, I'm looking at the programs tab, and literally it's just a giant Manny Machado with his entire chest hanging out looking at me right now.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna actually like they did this a little bit in Madden, not extreme. There's a couple of cards that have this. Let me see if I can find one. But they're actually just not just the fact that they're not in uniforms. Like this actually looks good. Let me see.
Like some of these, like I'm looking at this Bob Gibson. This looks like it should be the album cover for the Temptations. Like I'm not kidding.
That one, he looks smooth though. I'm not gonna lie. That was my favorite one. That's Uncle out in the corner right there.
No, that's Jim Rice further along down the line.
So can I full screen this? Let me see. So this was one of the cards I'm gonna show you right now. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That was one of the cards for Madden. He's not in uniform, but it looks cool. You know, like
Hey,
it's
Jim
an
Rice
AKA
looks cool,
card.
man.
Like, besides Bob, these cards are ass. This cover art's ass cheeks. And I don't know
he's just
who,
a hater.
I don't know who cleared these pictures.
Bro,
But-
Cliff Lee looks ridiculous.
And then
He
most
looks
of
like
they
your substitute
described it.
teacher.
They described it as, oh, these cards are supposed to be swaggy, and half of them is just dudes in regular suits. Like,
Dripping swagoo.
oh my god. So Team Affinity, in my opinion, I would think this was the one of the better Team Affinities. Not necessarily all the 97s, but there are some good 97s. But also, if you add the Team Affinity collections, I'd say probably I'm not gonna grind it if I'm being honest. I did 1 and 2. I'm done. But I would say if you're still grinding heavy, Team Infinity's worth it for sure. We talked Babe Ruth. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is Mike Trout, man.
Oh my god.
And people are
He's
still
everything.
complaining. People are still complaining about this paywall thing. It's like, what? Have you not learned? This is the game. This is what we have. The most amazing cards are gonna be behind the paywall, and Mike Trout is every bit of one of the most amazing cards.
That card art is beautiful. It's such a beautiful card.
And this might
Like-
be the only card they dropped 99 that's like actually like the name they needed to drop as a 99. And yeah, this card is, looking at it, yeah, that's a beautiful ass card.
And the stats. Oh my god.
125 contact right, 118 contact left, 125 power right, 115 power left, 99 speed, 99 steal, 96 arm, 90 fielding.
He's him.
Oh, he's him. Like, literally. And he's
That's
behind
the
the
best card in the
paywall,
game.
but you can definitely make that argument, like, because who's up there with the Mantle was amazing, but Mantle,
With the Mike Trout swing's just so smooth, man.
and the crazy thing is, I always hated Trout swing until this year.
But you also hate King Griffey Jr. cards, so I'm gonna have to take that with a grain of salt.
That's yeah, you gotta take it. I also like never made it past like 600, so you gotta take everything I say with a grain of salt.
I don't play enough to be World Series, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Exactly, I play enough to like destroy the guys in the lower levels, but like but once I start
I
getting
don't
to
wanna
like the
piss off the big dogs.
600s, yeah, I'm like, yeah, once I get to 600, I'm like, let me just move to like Battle Royale or something.
I like to, mess around in the All-Star range, but I don't want to play on Hall of Fame. They got that.
But I just looking at this card, Mike Trout. There's one glaring hole that I just don't know if he could make the team. He might not be on my team.
He's 850,000. He's not going to be on your team.
35 bunt. Nah.
Oh
that's
man,
not
I know
it.
that's a deal breaker for you.
That's
a deal breaker for you, man.
When I got that no hitter going into the 9th inning with 2 outs. But I just need
You
to
gotta
get one
drop
on
it.
the on the base. He's not gonna be able to drop it down for me.
Hey, I promise you, if you're paying 850K for a guy to drag bunt, you're in the wrong line of work.
And I think that was one that we'll talk on the new Ricky Henderson soon. But that was one of the reasons I hated Ricky Henderson too, because I'm a bunt artist. Like I'm Picasso with this bunting shit. And I refuse to bunt with him because I'm like, dude, look at these stats. I'm not gonna
You
bunt with
got
a
power.
card that has power, contact, vision. I'm not gonna bunt with this guy. I
Uh,
couldn't hit shit. Like I literally like imagine like if a redneck stepchild just ran away. Like what's the fucking stepdad supposed to do?
it's too
I
late for
reached
this
with that
man.
one. I reached with that one a
This
little
what's
bit.
this man doing?
I was trying to find a metaphor, but
He
that
was
one was a
searching.
reach.
He was looking around, but his eyes were closed.
All right, so let's get into the second game. You're
All
gonna
right,
have some hell with this. So
all
this
right.
game,
You guys
I
can't
picked
make fun
a
of me.
number. If you don't want to know let me explain the rules. I picked a number. I'm gonna give people that have a stat with this number, and Josh is gonna have to guess the number I picked. If you do not want to know the number, close your eyes. I'll tell you when to open them up. This is the number right here. So if you want to play along, do not open your eyes until now. All right, cool. So let me pull up who I got here. These are gonna throw you off for sure. You're really gonna have to just go off of like a gut feeling. Okay.
Okay.
The first one is Big Poppy's Vision.
Okay.
What range do you think we're in here?
Low 100s.
Low 100s. Okay. Matt Chapman, the player of the month's reaction.
Okay. Okay. Now we're definitely not in the hundreds.
Yep, not in the hundreds. So where's that? Where does that bring you to right now?
I'm thinking 91 ish.
Alfonso Soriano, Battle Royale fielding.
Okay. Okay. I think 87 is where I'm thinking.
JT Realmuto, the first 99. Power versus lefties.
I'm sticking at 87 for now.
Sticking at 87. And then this one might throw you off a little bit. John Donaldson, power versus righties.
I'm staying 87. I'm staying there.
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
Do you want to know the number?
Yeah.
I don't know how you guessed that. The number is 87.
I'm
Yeah,
him.
you're really him
I'm
for
him.
real.
Hey,
I didn't think
I do this MLB shit.
I didn't think there was no way with those players' stats. I thought there was no way you were gonna get that.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's the biggest flex I'm ever gonna have my entire life. So I'm glad I got that. I'm glad
That's
I
gonna
got
be
that.
your clip for the week.
I can't believe that.
You deserve that, King.
Hey. I know my
All
shit
right.
sometimes.
All right, so let's move to. Once again, we always say this is the best cards besides the chase cards, the set collection cards. And
Yes.
ooh, they put in some work on these cards.
They did.
One before I let you talk about the cards, one quick thing I did want to add in there. For those who didn't know, they did add the chase pack in there as well. It's pretty high up the list, but it's there. So 230 cards in. So you gotta work for it. But it's there. So looking at these cards, who's gonna be your first pick?
Mookie. My first pick would definitely be Mookie, cause good speed, can play all the outfield, second and short, perfect contact, pretty good power, 99 fielding, 94 arm. You can play him anywhere you want. And I love Mookie's swing in the game. I love it. I've been saying for weeks that we need a 99 Mookie, and finally
we literally
we
just
got
talked about it. And this was another thing on the list. People were saying like certain cards didn't have 99s yet. Mookie was one of them, and here we go.
Yeah,
But
that's definitely
DJ BC Raw just had to get 2 before he got his first one. But
it makes sense,
It does.
historically. Historically, he's racked up a couple MVPs in his day.
He just wakes up and kisses excellence.
What can you say? Mookie, what's he done in his career? He's only got a title, MVP, 2 titles. Nothing crazy.
MVP candidate, but
Hey,
but Brandon Crawford,
that's the real MVP.
Built different.
Yeah, he's built Ford tough.
So looking at the cards, I would say Mookie definitely would be my pick too. 83
Homer.
83 speed's enough. Not the fastest card in the game, but it's enough.
What a homer pick! I'm not gonna lie.
But he's got the Boston logo though.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
right.
But
whatever helps you sleep at night.
Jimmy Fox though is a very close second.
Yeah, that card.
The vision
you'd
like to see higher, but 125 contact against righties, both powers 125, and then clutch 125. His only hitting stat below 125 is 112 contact against lefties. The speed's not exactly where you want it. The fielding's not amazing, but
yeah, but he's at first. Who cares?
Yeah, and it's like Babe Ruth from set 1. Better fielding, so he can play first. Babe Ruth, you don't really even want at first base, but just as good of a bat. And it's kind of like if you prefer hitting with righties or lefties at that point. So Jimmy Fox is for sure a close second. And with the collections being like as good as they are for the set collections, you never take a picture with it unless it's like one of those game changing pictures. Like if Nolan Ryan was in here, you might take him with the first or second pick, but that'd still even be debatable. Well,
I
Randy
took one in
was
set
here,
1 and
right?
set 2. Yeah,
You took
I took Pedro
set
over Babe
1?
Ruth. Yeah.
Oh my god, whose man's is this?
Look, it was a rookie mistake. All right.
But I like Pedro is one of my favorite pitchers of all time. But look at how
he's
good
just not that
Chipper
good in the game.
was, how good Chipper was, and then how good Babe Ruth were. Yeah, Pedro was not happening, and then but Randy was a valid pick for sure.
You had to take Randy. You had to,
because it's just one of those pitchers that, especially I think the last year was his first year, so he's new to the game. But he's just one of those pitchers. He's just filthy. Then down the line, we have the GOAT 99 Kershaw, which I'm excited to use, but a lot of people might not be. No
Homer.
Outlier. He only hits 95, but that Uncle Charlie though, that 12-6 is filthy. That should be his primary pitch if we're being honest.
Homer.
But, 99 Ricky, I was terrible with the set 1 card. The set 1 was the boss card, right? I was terrible with them. His bunting's still 41. Pack him up. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
How do you feel about Ricky?
I love Ricky cards. I never took this Ricky in season 1.
Never?
And I hated myself. Look, set 1 I took Bob Gibson, and every card after that I just sold immediately. So I never got to use this one. The only Ricky I've really used is the 95, and I was like,
the captain,
what was I doing?
From one of the team affinities, right?
Yeah. And this card, it looks pretty amazing. So I'm excited. The card art's interesting. Very interesting. But,
that's one of the ones I like, too, as far as these card arts, because it's actually baseball related. He's throwing, like an opening day pitch he's throwing there. That's a solid
It just
one.
looks like it was, way, way, way outside.
But why does Kershaw's picture look like super overly edited, like it's a cartoon or something? because he's too good to be real. Is that what that is?
All right, now let's reel it back in here. We're not gonna do this.
All
We're
right,
not gonna do this. You're not gonna go on your Homer rant again. All right.
all right. So then we got Ryan Howard, who
I hate
outside
Ryan
the
Howard cards.
vision, outside the vision is arguably just as good as Jimmy Fox, but from the left side of the plate.
I can't hit
And
with Ryan Howard cards.
I have a lot of success with Ryan Howard cards. That
You're him then.
was it the captain card? It was, I think it was Team Infinity 1. It was like 3 home runs for his XP, and I did like the first game. It was like a conquest game. Like 3 at bat,
That's
3 home runs.
That's crazy.
And I just kept him in the lineup to do like Phillies XP, and he was him for me. So this would be a card I'd be excited to use. And then your guy, your
Hey,
time to
give
your
me a Homer pick.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go,
you're on
Ryan
the
Helsley,
soapbox.
baby. Ryan Helsley, baby. You know he's gonna throw gas. You just know it. Outlier on the fastball. That's touching 103. Greatest closer in the game. Just has to play. You know.
So
Hey,
they give us more 99s this set, right? Or am I tripping?
um, I don't remember how many we had.
Let me see.
Let's see,
Set
we
3 we
had
had
Austin Riley, Jackie, no less.
1, 2, 3, 4,
4.
and we have 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's
Oh,
the
we
same.
got the same amount. Okay, yeah, same amount.
Yeah,
Okay, same amount.
but
It's
it's a pretty good. It's a pretty good group though. Um,
it's solid.
I think everybody's gonna like at least one of them. Like
Yeah,
I would say the 99s, like from like when they introduced the set collections, were pretty disappointing. Like I don't think anybody really played Hilton Smith, at least not from my experience. Jackie
he has in my
Robinson
rotation. Never.
was a Jackie Robinson card, a slap hitter. Didn't really have too much power. At least this one they gave him a little bit, but once again, I don't think nobody was starting Jackie Robinson. Would have
That
loved to see him do a Negro League captain, but that would have been too overpowered 99 cards. So I get why they
would
did
have
it.
been fire.
But I get why they did it. So as far as like the 99 not including in the set collection, I think we got a better group this season.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
could agree
then
with that. If I could hit with Ryan Howard,
and then what else do we got here? The ranked seasons, um, another set of cards who aren't necessarily the best cards in the game, but Trevor Story is always one of my favorite cards personally.
love Trevor Story cards. I love them.
Like that
And
97 we got set 2, I think it was.
yeah,
The
he
yeah,
ran. He ran. That's for
yeah, he
sure.
was a goon. I was a little disappointed with his speed in this set. I get he's older
Only
and
in
it's
the
the
80s,
Boston
but
card, but it's in the 80s. That card's normally on the faster side. But beggars can't be choosers. But overall, I don't know. I just don't think the ranked cards are very good. Or
Zach
am I
Greinke is not it. Not it.
and that's the thing. It's just like with these pitchers, it's just like I said, with the game moving so fast, if he doesn't got sinker cutter with an outlier fastball, he's almost not worth getting.
Mm-mm. Not
Like
at all. He does not do anything for me. There's I've never had luck with Greinke cards ever. He just gets slapped around for me, and
did you play the year that when they had like the signature series card? I think it was called.
maybe, probably.
It was a year when like day one you can get like a 99 Kershaw, 99 Mad Bum. They had their signatures on the card.
Excuse me. I don't remember.
Well, he had a pretty good card that year, but the allure to those cards was that they were pitchers that could hit. That's irrelevant now.
It's gonna say, my Otani hits pretty well. My
Well,
Nicky
no,
Lopez goes crazy.
I'm saying as far as this game's concerned, because that game, I don't remember what year it was. Had to be 3 years ago at least. Was when you had to hit with your pitcher. So
Mm-hmm.
having a Kershaw, having a Mad Bum, having a Greinke was worth having a pitcher that could hit. But now a card like Greinke's kind of like there's no point in having them really. Gary
Mm-hmm.
Carter, haven't looked at his card. He's pretty good. Not astounding, but he could
He's
start at
not
catcher for a
playing
lot of
over Adley.
people.
Not starting over Adley. No shot.
Yeah, so anybody who grinded last season has no use for Gary Carter.
Yep. And then if
And
you're making World Series, there's a good chance you grinded last season.
yeah, true.
Trevor Story, he's good, but I don't know if he's starting for a lot of people at second because there's just so many options, especially if you got that Mookie right there. That Mookie could play second.
All right, and then so yeah, it's just but I think ranked series rewards are always kind of ever since Bob Gibson, it's just like they just completely fell off.
Which
To
is
be
weird
honest,
because that's the most competitive mode. You would think that there would be a decent reward to it.
and that and the two most competitive rewards are
Mm.
BR and ranked, and both have been very underwhelming this year.
I feel like the 12 wins in the event cards, those have been the ones that are, decent, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, I get you.
the event's more important than BR, which is really strange to me.
But I thought haven't most of the event cards been like 97s too?
For, like, the total wins and stuff, but not the 12 win. 12 win rewards have been 99s.
Oh, so yeah, I must be out of tune with those. But yeah, the most competitive modes.
Crazy.
I get why MLB players say that they don't care about comp players because that's valid. Like the rewards for the comp modes are kind of trash. Like
Trash as hell.
like don't get me wrong, BR rewards are better than ranked rewards. I'll say
Mm-hmm.
that. But even
Yeah,
like
they're
this set, not so like Dustin May's good. JT doesn't start over Adley. McCutcheon doesn't really start over anybody.
I wanted that
and
McCutcheon card too. I hit the ball well, man.
but then like the best who would be the best BR card we've gotten so far this year?
Um, Probably this Dustin May.
Yeah, he's a solid ass card.
Probably the Dustin May. Maybe at the time King Giffrey Jr. was up there when he first came out. I know that. Oh my gosh!
But
What are we doing? We're
this is a circle. We just go around and round.
Oh my gosh! There's no way.
But one last thing about this Griffey. Just one last thing.
Oh boy,
Right?
here we go.
I'm gonna pull him up. Let me pull him up. Can I search my name on this thing? Yeah, I can. So here's my issue with Griffey. Like I said, one of the best to ever do it. And his power versus lefties is 105, which is okay. But there's
This is a set one card. You got to remember.
But there's seven. Okay, let me find some. Okay, valid point. Let me find some other set one cards who might not even been 99s that have a better bat than Griffey. And I get the allure of Griffey is that it's a 5-tool card. I get that.
Like,
But
he's just barely worse than your Mike Trout.
but Jim Edmonds has a better bat than Griffey. And that's the first card I saw, statistically. Not counting swing or anything, just based on the stats. Who else we got here? For Tatis has a better bat than Griffey.
Tatis has a better bat than a lot of people do.
Murakami has a better bat than Griffey. Let's see who else.
Yeah,
we
I'm
got
talking
here.
outfielders who a lot of people ran this 99 J Rod, and he basically has equal stats to Griffey.
I guess it's just me being a Griffey fan. When he drops, I want him to be the
Doesn't sound like
best
you're a
bat in the
fan. You're a
game.
hater.
Yeah, if people
Sounds
only
to me
follow me
like
on
you're a
YouTube and
hater.
TikTok, they would probably think like I want to kill Griffey.
Bro's a hater. What are we
All right,
doing?
enough Griffey slander. Let's talk. I think the
From you?
final thing we haven't touched on is the reward path.
Yes.
First thing that stuck out to me is these 97s. You got Swag Daddy Bob Gibson. He had to be at least like 45 in this picture. Still
And
throwing
you know he threw a
102.
complete game the
Still
next
throwing on
day.
102 miles per hour in the ninth inning.
Throwing at your head, too.
Then you got Rookie of the Year Judge. 70 contact versus left. Oh, okay. Um,
I
you
didn't even
got
really look at the 97s.
I'm going. So you got Matt Chapman has the worst nickname of the whole program. The
No way.
nickname
Always
program.
intense. That goes.
This is what they like. This is what they call the white kid on the varsity basketball team. The Matthew Dellavedovas of the world. That's their
Always
nickname.
intense. Always intense.
I was like, that's just so creative. Always intense. How'd they come up with that? And then we got, besides, this is like a boring reward path. You got 99 Max Freed. I think it's Freed.
Yeah, it's free.
And then the bosses, you got Manny Machado look like he's trying to steal your girl.
Yeah, that's Mr. Steal Your Girl right there. But his card looks decent. His card looks pretty decent
But
for
if
real.
I'm keeping it all the way real with you, one of my favorite cards from the drop was Stanton.
That card is sick. I'm not gonna lie.
He's got one of those. I always hit with them, but the big thing with this card is everything's a single. Even with his with his live series, I will always find a gap with them. It was just still a single.
Hey,
But they
70
gave my boy
speed on
70
Stanton's
speed,
crazy.
and his fielding is valid. 85
This
fielding.
card plays.
This is Babe Ruth that could play the field.
Cliff Lee looks like he cursed at mass and they kicked him out. Let's see.
Jim Rice.
Eric
looks like he's got
Gagne
off
is probably gonna be nasty. I'm not gonna lie. Gagne
But
is probably
Eric
gonna
Gagne
be.
is always nasty though. That's nothing.
He's gonna be
new.
disgusting.
I just he's always got that that speed change. That's insane. He always got the outlier with a 70-mile-per-hour curveball. That's insane. But this is a good group of XP guys. Machado
Yeah.
could start on a lot of teams. Stanton starts on a lot of teams. Gagne starts on a lot of teams. And a lot of people are saying Ernie Banks is the best card, which I disagree with. But I've heard
He looks
it.
really good. I am not a good I don't hit well with Ernie Banks cards ever. But statistically the card looks solid. And Jim Rice, that's swag daddy right there.
I'm telling you, he's going from the post game conference to the Soul Train. That's where he's going.
Yeah, so it's a solid group of guys. It's a solid group of guys. You know,
Side
that's
note,
honestly
Jim Rice is the guy that actually saved that kid's life, right? Did you ever hear that story?
no, this is a little before my time. Not all of us are.
I think it's before both of our times. I know I'm a little older than you, but
Yeah.
but Jim Rice, a kid took a foul ball to the dome piece, and he ran out, and I guess they were taking long to come get him, and he picked up the kid out the stands and ran him to the ambulance or some shit like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, shouts
That's
out to
really
Jim
crazy.
Rice.
That's
yeah, right.
Hey, if that story is true, Jim Rice, you're a real one. You got a spot on my team
I
just
might
for
not
that.
have all the details correct, but he
Bro
did
made
save
this
the kid's
up.
life.
Bro
I
made
just-
this
I
entire
just made this
story
whole
up. Are
shit
you
up for the
serious
pod.
right now? Are you serious right now? I bought it too. That's crazy.
No, I'm playing. That was a real story, like for real.
No, I'm gonna look it up. And then if it turns out this is fake, we're gonna have to have a conversation.
All right. So, closing remarks for the podcast. Anything you want to add before we make our little announcement?
I I wish I had more energy for this set 4. I really do. It's just the last week or two has just been very dull with the game. And I feel like these rewards are good. They're really good, but they didn't bang like I expected them to with 2K looming around the corner next week. And that kind of shocked me, but at the same time it didn't. So I don't know. I think it's good cards, but I think they definitely left some on the table.
And I see they're probably, like I said, they're probably going to drop a crazy program on release day for 2K. But we will be talking about it on Twitter. um, but that may be a good segue. Me and Josh, when we started this pod, I know it's only the third episode, so it hasn't been long. But we kind of already knew going in that this may be what we'd be doing. We are going to be transitioning into 2K, keeping the same name, moving over more towards 2K. We're still going to be playing the game on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter. Mine's Zach Gaming Dad 25. Yours is
Josh_2K.
Josh_2K. We'll be talking and we'll be there. But like he said, I kind of just didn't have the energy going into this season. They made some good content, but I was kind of just like, I'm not going to be grinding none of this. If I'm being honest.
No.
We're both 2K guys, and we saw this coming, and it was one of the first things we talked about. But for those that made it this far, we feel like we owed it to you guys to keep you guys in the loop. So if you do rock with 2K, definitely stay tuned with us. We're gonna keep rocking. Anything you want to add to that, Josh?
I think this is only getting started. We might be switching games, but this is only getting started. 2K, there's going to be a lot of hype around it. 2K has, a larger player base than MLB. I'm hoping we could expand upon it and keep building what we got going, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and side note, shameless plug, if you want to see 2K being streamed, go follow Josh. He streams quite frequently at nighttime. So if you're a night guy, go follow my boy Josh. If you want some videos, you're here already, so you might as well subscribe here. I'll be doing the long form content. He'll be streaming, so it's gonna be a good 2K season for sure. And I hope to see you guys moving forward, man. As always, y'all be safe. Peace.
Peace.